Welcome to another educational video presented by Trailways and Mind Body Solutions, where we work to educate our patients and the community about mental health, healing, and the hope that comes with treatment and care. This episode is entitled, When the Light Grows Dim, a Trauma-Informed Look at Depression. Depression can feel like the light inside has dimmed, like the world has lost its color and meaning. It isn't simply sadness or weakness. It's a whole body experience that changes how we think, move, and feel. When the nervous system becomes stuck in shutdown, energy drops, motivation fades, and life can start to feel distant. But there is hope. And there is a path back toward light. So what is depression? Depression is a state where the mind and body slow down in an attempt to conserve energy after too much stress, loss, or pain. It's your body's way of saying, I've carried too much for too long. There are different kinds of depression. There's a situational depression, often following major life changes or losses, a breakup, job loss, illness, or grief. It's the body and mind responding to pain that makes sense. There's also an endogenous depression, and this can appear without a clear reason. It's often linked to brain chemistry, genetics, or long-term stress that changes how the nervous system and neurotransmitters function. Both are very real. Both deserve care and treatment. And both respond best when we meet them with understanding rather than judgment. Common symptoms include deep sadness, loss of interest in things once enjoyed, changes in sleep or appetite, fatigue, difficulty concentrating, and feelings of guilt or worthlessness. Sometimes, people even question whether life is worth living. These feelings are not a reflection of who you are. They are signals that your nervous system is overwhelmed and needs care, not criticism. Now imagine your body as a battery. At first, it charges through connection, movement, and purpose. But over time, too many demands and too little rest begin to drain it. You keep pushing, working, caring, pretending until one day your body whispers, I can't. The light dims. Even lifting your arms or finding words feels heavy to you. You're not lazy or broken. Your nervous system has pulled the brakes to protect you from burning out completely. That is what depression feels like. Not weakness, but the body's deep need for restoration. From a trauma-informed perspective, depression can be seen as the dorsal vagal state of the nervous system, the freeze or collapse response. After long periods of stress or emotional pain, the body moves from fight or flight into shutdown to protect itself. You may feel disconnected, tired, numb, or detached from others. This isn't laziness or a lack of willpower. It's biology. And just as the body can move into shutdown, it can also learn to come back out with support and practice. For many, depression feels like being underwater, hearing life above you but unable to reach it. Getting out of bed feels like climbing a mountain. Even simple acts like showering, cooking, or returning calls feels impossible. But every small step, a deep breath, a walk outside, or reaching out to someone is a movement toward healing. The goal isn't to force brightness, it's to slowly rekindle warmth. Another way to understand depression comes from cognitive behavior therapy, or CBT. When a person is depressed, thinking often becomes negatively biased, focusing on what's wrong rather than what's possible. Psychologist Aaron Beck described this as the Cognitive Triad, a negative view of the self, the world, and the future. You might hear thoughts like, "I'm worthless," "No one cares about me," "Nothing will ever get better." These thoughts feel automatic, and when repeated over time, they deepen sadness, withdrawal, and hopelessness. But the encouraging truth is that these patterns can change. Cognitive restructuring helps people learn to recognize, challenge, and replace those painful beliefs with more balanced, compassionate, and realistic ones. Another key part of healing is behavioral activation, taking small, intentional steps toward re-engaging with life. Depression often pulls people away from activity and connection, which then reinforces the belief that nothing matters. So, treatment begins by gently reversing that cycle, encouraging action first, even when motivation is low. Each small step, a shower, a short walk, a phone call, a creative project, becomes evidence that change is possible. Together, cognitive restructuring and behavioral activation help retrain both the mind and the nervous system, shifting the cycle from despair to renewal. Healing from depression involves restoring connection with yourself, with others, and with life. Treatment may include therapy, medication, movement, mindfulness, nutrition, and community support. Talking about your feelings, even when words are hard, helps bring the nervous system back to safety and to balance. When the mind begins to trust again, energy returns, clarity grows, and the light starts to rise. If you or someone you love feels hopeless, please reach out for help. There is support. There is treatment. There is a way forward. Depression is not a life sentence. It's a signal, a message from the body and mind saying it's time to rest and heal. And healing begins with understanding, with compassion, patience, and hope. Thank you for spending this time with us. If this message touched you, or if you know someone who may be struggling in silence, please share this video with them. Together, we can help others find understanding, hope, and healing. And as always, from all of us at Trailways and Mind Body Solutions, healing begins with understanding.